How about them Rangers? Rangers win, baby, 3-2 over the Philadelphia Flyers. Huge win, not the prettiest one, but it is a win. So we take it. We take a win. I just am an idiot and didn't pull up the box score and everything here that I need ready to go for the recap. But yes, the Rangers do win this one, 3-2 in Philly, closing off a huge road trip where they end up winning, what, 3 out of 4? Was it a 4? No, it was a 5-game road trip. Am I crazy? Let me pull up the schedule, because now I am going to be mad if I don't get this correct here, because I want to. And it was 5 games, correct? Yeah, so no, they went 3 of 5. Okay, so I was right about the 3 wins. 3 of 5 on the road trip, though, as they will return to the Garden on Wednesday to play Toronto. I'm probably going to be there, so if you want to meet up with me, say what's up. But yeah, going to be an interesting one, considering that this was not a pretty win, but it is one, and the Leafs are a team that hasn't been playing well either. We'll get more into that after. Let's first get into this game. But before we do get into it, I just want to say at the beginning of the video, just to, maybe get more people to get it going, leave a like on the video, please. It does help out the channel a lot. We're trying to grow here. It's been tough here trying to grow because of the fact that, I used to do gaming content here, and then I switched to the Rangers on a channel that already existed. It's not good for the YouTube algorithm at all. And I've contemplated starting a new channel recently, but we're going to just roll with it. So definitely leave a like, and it will help me a ton. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you enjoy the Rangers or just hockey or sports in general. We cover most sports here. And then also be sure to turn notifications on so you know when I upload. So let's dive into the action here. Shots on goal ended up being 28-27 in favor of Philly. So pretty even game. That does tell the story of how this game was. It was pretty back and forth for the most part. The first period, though, was a bit interesting, as it was the tale of 2 periods for the Rangers, where the first half, it looked like they were going to completely dominate, and it was some of the best hockey they were playing all year. The second half of the first period looked like some of the worst hockey they've played all year. So definitely the tale of 2 periods there. Face-off dot 50-50. So can't complain there, especially with the Rangers at the end winning crucial face-offs to really help them win this game. Mika Zibanejad has been so much better in the face-off dot lately. He only went 42%, but that really doesn't show how well he's been this year, or at least as of late this year. So definitely like to see that improvement. The Rangers power play went 1 for 2 because they did make a slight adjustment on the power play. Thankfully, they moved Mika back in the one-time slot on the left, and then I guess Panarin was in the bumper. It's kind of hard to tell. The power play was kind of all over the map both times. The second power play, yikes, not the unit, like just the second power play together that the team ended up getting, didn't go too well. We'll get into that. Pims 4-2, more for Philly. Hits 23-33 in favor of the Flyers. Block shots 18-15 in favor of the Rangers, and giveaways 7 for the Rangers, 9 for the Flyers. Shots per period, 8-6 in favor of the Rangers. Again, tale of 2 periods there. The Rangers got pretty much all of their shots at the beginning of that period, except you had a Chytil breakaway late in that period. I believe it was that period, or it might have been the second. I could be wrong, but correct me if I am. But no, it was the first period. That's right. Chytil ended up getting a breakaway chance late, and then they ended up getting another chance off of that rush there. So yeah, that was a bit after that Flyers goal, but for the most part, it was pretty much a tale of 2 periods there. The Rangers completely dominated the Flyers the first half, didn't allow a shot on goal, and then yeah, the shots on goal came for the Flyers. But before that happened, the Rangers do get a power play. It was who that took the penalty there? It was Claude Giroux that took that penalty. That ended up being a hook, I believe. I'm pretty sure that was the chance where Greg McKegg, no, that was on the Hayes penalty where McKegg had a good opportunity to set someone up in front of the net, and it may have led to a goal, but it didn't. We'll get into that. But the first power play, I forgot what Giroux's was. Maybe I am mixing the two up. I'm blanking here like crazy. No, it had to have been because of the side they were shooting on. I don't know. I'm all over the map right now. But regardless, the Rangers get a power play. Zibanejad, like I said, is on that left side. Panarin and Fox get the apple on his goal. Fox with a beautiful pass, and Zibanejad lasers that. And we are seeing the old Mika Zibanejad, the Philadelphia Flyers owner. We are watching him get back in the form a bit here, which is nice because like I've been saying at the beginning, like I said at the beginning of the year, if Mika could get going with the way the team was playing, my God, this team is going to be cooking. And we're seeing just that. And we're also seeing Kakko, and then we were seeing Lafreniere heat up, but unfortunately, protocols there. Sorry, I need water here. Pretty early in this video. But yeah, and then, like I said, it ended up being a flip there. The script ended up being flipped, and the Flyers got going a bit. It was not pretty at all. This goal to let up, because for whatever reason, the Rangers decided to let the Flyers line of Lindblom, Lautinen, and Konechny just absolutely dance all over them. Hedl with a weird little ballerina move in the neutral zone after a terrible outlet pass. And then Strome was just a terrible pass to him in general. But Schneider, yeah, that was not a pretty pass either way. Well, actually, his pass was fine to Strome, so disregard that. It was the pass afterwards, but the Schneider gets left in front of the net because Nemeth, I don't know where the hell he was going. That ends up getting in front of the net. The forwards are not there at all to help. They just were lazy to get back, and it leads to Oscar Lindblom scoring a goal, which good for him because obviously, you know, Oscar's strong. We mess with Oscar Lindblom around here. But yeah, not pretty there for the Rangers at all. Not a pretty goal to let up. The second period was very even hockey. The shots ended up being 12-7 that period. It was really back and forth. You had chances, good looks for both teams. The Rangers end up getting a power play in that period, and wasn't too pretty. Ryan Strome had a golden opportunity in front of the net to shoot. He just elects, nah, I'm okay. I'm not going to do that. And I believe before that, though, in the first period, it was the first or second period with this. I'm all over the map again tonight. But there was a shorthanded chance with McKagan Rooney. Rooney, for whatever reason, decides to shoot it there instead of what clearly should have been a pass, considering the defenseman's positioning. And yeah, that ends up going high. So not a good look there. So yeah, second period, like I said, pretty back and forth hockey. You had some good looks for both teams. Hayes almost ends up potting one, and then oh my God, oh yeah, with Hedl's chance also, by the way, fucking Keith Yandel, of course, getting that one out of the crease. But Tim Gettinger got a pretty good look. I believe that was in the second period, so that would have been funny if he potted one, huh? Third period, though, this ended up being a back and forth period again, 15-7 in favor of the Flyers for shots, but that doesn't really tell the story there of how that one went, because of the fact that, again, it was pretty back and forth hockey, at least, you know, what I thought. The Rangers, though, were letting the Flyers in general get through the neutral zone way too easily for my liking, so that was a big gripe I had. They definitely cleaned that up a bit throughout the game, but Cam York just throws an absolute softie from the blue line halfway through the third period, goes off of Keandre Miller, who decides to try to jump out of the way instead of blocking it for whatever reason. Igor couldn't track the puck. He probably wants that one back, and Cam York ends up scoring that goal, and it didn't look pretty, but thankfully 30 seconds later, Filip Chytil finally scores. I shouldn't say finally, because he's been doing pretty good recently, and he has looked actually solid. He looked solid this game, I should say. I shouldn't say, you know, he's looked solid as of late, but this game he definitely looked really good. Tic-tac-toe play. Strome breaking up a great play along the boards to Panarin. Hedl crashes the net. Gallant-style hockey there, and the Rangers tie this one at 2. And then 3 minutes later, Kreider with a deflection from an Anna Fox shot. Kakko with a play behind the net. Out to Fox. Fox fires it. Kreider scores a deflection, and the Rangers end up shutting this one down, and they win it 3-2. So yeah, not a pretty win considering how bad the Philadelphia Flyers have been this year. But again, we take it. So it is what it is. They definitely got to clean some things up. This is not a fully healthy team still, so still have to take that into consideration. But let's get into each individual line for the game. For the top line of Kreider, Zibanejad, Kakko, easily the best line of the game. And Mika, I would say, was the best player of the game in general. He ends up scoring a goal, but he just looked good with and without the puck all game. He had 5 shots on goal, looked great defensively too. Kreider definitely a little bit weaker, I guess you could say, with 2 shots on goal. Usually he's getting about 5 shots on goal in games. And then Kakko ends up getting a point, which we love to see. He also got a shot on goal, which is nice because he has not been shooting the puck too much. But that was definitely the best line. They looked good. Not as good, though, as the second line, I should say, early, because the second line was definitely better, and it looked like they were going to have a great game early. The second line being Panarin, Strome, and Hedl. They did have a good game, but they could have been a bit better. I can't complain, I guess, though, because they did end up getting on the board with a goal. But that top 6 was easily the best part of the team tonight. Again, the bottom 6 is a bit depleted without Barclay Goodrow, which, by the way, for the Ranger fans that were ripping on him, you're missing him now. Same with Lafreniere. Having them back would be pretty nice right now. And you have to wonder, with the way Hedl has kind of been playing on the second line, you have to wonder with the way Lafreniere was playing with Barclay Goodrow and Ryan Strome, if maybe they're going to try Lafreniere, and then I don't know who they'll play at center. Maybe Kevin Rooney and Barclay Goodrow and Alexi Lafreniere come back. Maybe they try that. I'd be open to seeing a line like that. But for the second line, they looked really great tonight, especially early. They had some good opportunities. They had a pretty bad defensive miscue, like I said, on that first Flyers goal, but that's really about it for the negatives there. The third line ended up being a bit of a weird line today. It was, Greg McKegg, Kevin Rooney, Ryan Reeves. Pretty solid game. Reeves back, just absolutely trucking people. He had a chance to score his first goal as a Ranger also in this one in the first period. Yeah, that was in the first period. And then I thought that line was definitely the weaker out of the lines, but they didn't do terrible. Just good defensive play from them. They could have got a goal because McKegg did have a good opportunity to set someone up, but ended up being a penalty there. And then for the bottom line, it ended up being tonight Tim Gettinger, Morgan Barron, Julian Gauthier. I thought they had a pretty solid game, especially Gauthier. I thought he had he had some strong opportunities. There was one chance in front of the net in the second period where if he just went to the backhand, he probably would have buried the opportunity where Braun was covering him. But it is what it is. And then Gettinger, like I said, he had a chance to score in this one. And Barron ended up getting a shot on goal. He had a pretty good play in the third period, defensive play in the third period as well, preventing a goal as I drop I don't even know. But anyway, for the defense, the Goat Farm pair, Lindgren and Fox, really great game for them. As usual, Fox, you can maybe argue with a bit of a bad play there on that second goal, though. A little bit of a mistake there. But other than that, he got 2 apples. Can't complain. He did pretty solid. And then Lindgren, he did great in the third period. Also, he stopped the goal with a great defensive play in front of the net. The Flyer fans wanted a penalty, but fuck you, it was not. The second defensive pair of Miller and Trouba, definitely a better game from what we've seen lately, except for Miller. I didn't like really Miller there on that Cam York goal, can't lie. But Trouba, really great game from him. He had 6 shots on goal, by the way. He's trying to score here, and live up to that contract, but just not able there right now. And then Nemeth and Schneider. Nemeth was good. Schneider was, other way around. Nemeth was bad. Schneider was good. When are we going to take Patrick Nemeth out of the lineup? Seriously. Get him on a one-way rocket to the fucking sun. And yeah, just don't let him come back. Braden Schneider, if he played with Zach Jones, it would just be so much. It'd be beautiful. Schneider ended up taking a puck to the face early in this one, by the way. He got stitches on his nose, came back. So, yeah. And then Igor, good game from him. You could argue that second goal was a softie, but at the same time, Keandre is in the way. So, pick and choose there. But now let's get to Twitter here. If I could open it. Hang on. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the map. All right. New York Style Troy Forces. Not really a question, just a statement. Not our best win by any means, but we won. That's all that matters. Foxy's generation only. Scored 5-on-5. Yay. I love the New York Rangers. Yeah, the 5-on-5 play was definitely a lot better today than we've seen as of lately. And the power play, though, you do need it to click a bit. And it was nice to see the power play click with Panarin on it because of that little adjustment of moving Mika back to his spot. So yeah, it was definitely better to see both the power play and 5-on-5, because I think Statboy Stevens said, so shout out to him by the way, that the Rangers did not score with Artemi Panarin on the power play since early December, which yikes, but they definitely looked better tonight. And then yeah, 5-on-5, they had a really great game. Can't complain there. To score 2 goals 5-on-5, you definitely want to see more, especially against a piss poor Philadelphia Flyers team, but it is what it is. We'll bounce back against the Leafs and have a strong game. I'm confident about that. Plus, we should have a fully healthy roster by then, because Dryden Hunt skated today, and then Lafreniere and Barclay Goodrow should clear protocols by then. But that's all we got tonight. So yeah, if you did enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Like I mentioned before, turn the notifications on so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys in the next one.